Welcome. I am very excited to make this video because, as you can tell, we are finally in a sound-treated studio space. Now, I'll give you some background information first. So, I make music, I record and perform and release and all that good stuff. I'll link below if you're curious and want to have a look, but this space has been operational for about a year and a half to 2 years, and I've been recording in here for the last year and a half to 2 years, working on albums and all sorts of things. And I've been living away from home for some time, and I've been a bit too far away from this space to be able to use it frequently, so I'm now back and I should be able to make some content. This video is going to be a bit of a soft-spoken ramble, a bit of a tour of the studio space. I'm going to show off some of my gadgets and instruments and other bits and bobs. So sit back and relax and enjoy. So this studio was constructed in spare space that we had in a tool shed. My dad and I decided that it would be a good idea to turn it into an audio and music studio. There's a few components we're going to be running through. First we have the desk with the computers and monitors. There's guitar and storage space. We have the piano. Other hanging storage for guitars and other things. So first of all we have the desk space with my PC computer, which was built and put together by one of my friends. He knows a lot more about computers than I do. I don't really know the specs on this exact model, but I like looking in the side, and it looks like a little city on the inside. Lots of little, what look like buildings and towers and water tanks and all sorts of things. It's powerful enough to run my music setup, but I don't do gaming or anything, so it doesn't need to be too powerful. Next is my curved PC monitor. This is just an Acer monitor. Pretty standard stuff. I have here my little Star Trek Enterprise collection, and over here is the big 8-inch PreSonus studio monitor. This is the left monitor, and of course over here we have the right monitor. These things pack quite a punch. They are very, very beefy, very bassy, and have a very controlled sound. When you sit directly between the speakers, it almost sounds like the audio is coming from inside your brain rather than from a speaker. as well as 2 monitor outputs. There are 8 control panels on the front for all 8 microphones. You can also use the inputs for just regular jack inputs for any instruments. And over here we have the 2 headphone outputs. These microphone cables are all running through a multi-core single cable, which on both ends splits off into 8 different microphone leads. These are currently set up for my drums. I've been doing some drum recording in the last little while. We have a few microphones here. We have 2 drum microphones, 2 Sennheiser 604s, one on the bottom of the snare, picking up all of the rattly sounds, and one on top, which is meant to be facing at the hi-hat, but at the moment it is a little bit off. And then we have the snare. Well, it's not a snare microphone, but it's being used as a snare microphone. It's a SM57, often used for guitars or piano or all sorts of things. Down here we have the kick microphone. I forget what that one's called. I think it's a 902 or something like that. And then we have just a room microphone, which is a Audio-Technica AT20. Now up here we have the microphones which I actually use for making my ASMR videos. These are Rode M5 stereo microphones. Their purpose with the drum kit is to pick up all mainly cymbals sounds, but lots of general drum sounds like toms and snares and other overtones. Next we have my spare pedal board. These are a bunch of pedals that I'm not currently using for live shows, as well as we have my DI pedal. This is a DI splitter. The purpose is for sending one signal to an interface and sending another signal to an amp or microphone or whatever you have it set for. There are a few cool pedals here. Probably my favorite is this jet phaser pedal, and it has all these really nice knobs, very clicky, very solid. And this pedal is a jet phaser, so it's a phaser pedal with a little bit of distortion and some other effects. Next we have the big keyboard for the studio, and this keyboard has a lot of buttons and knobs, and I love playing with them. We have up here the master knobs and individual volume knobs. We have recording and mode settings, the main display, which this is currently off so you can't see, but we have here the category of saved instruments, or I should say saved keyboard instruments in the program. There are 8 different programs per category, and there are a lot of categories. You can use this knob for switching between in a fast, swift fashion, and you can also enter them in by number. Next we have the guitars and guitar cases, piano case, other storage for bass amp, all sorts of bits and bobs and other little speakers. I also have some posters of some very cool psychedelic pictures I want to hang up. We then have some space here for new gear, which is always great. And we have the general toolboxes for repairing music gear, auxiliary and other percussion stuff. Have a little straight cube amp for busking and indoor practice. Here is a very, very handy power supply. When fully charged, it can last about 2 days, doing various things like charging phones, and it's very useful for camping, especially if you have little lights you want to plug in, or a little heater, or some low voltage supply items. This is a big disco party light which was given to me by a close friend when he moved away to another city. We have music stands and then some other storage, but up here is something I wanted to show you. This really gives an idea of how much gear I have bought. We have a lot of boxes here, mainly microphones. We must have 10 or a dozen microphones in this studio now. I've got a little loop pedal that I have just been storing away, and then here is sadly an amp that doesn't work. And that is about it. Apart from that, we have the fire extinguisher, because where I live there are often a lot of bushfires in summer. And just in case there's ever a little spark or something, I want to be able to put it out. Next we have these guitars, which are very dusty. I have just moved them from a different room, and I wanted to be able to have easy access to some acoustics, or to be honest, it was mainly just for look for the video. And that's about it. It's a small studio space, so we try to cram as much as we can without doing too much. We have up here as well space to hang more guitars and have some hanging stuff. This light is just flickering, so I'm going to come and turn it off and show you how it looks with just the purple light. It's pretty nice. Might keep it this way. I'm very excited to make more content in this space because it is, of course, sound treated, meaning that I don't have to worry about weather, so rain or wind or whatever it might be. It doesn't really affect the audio from inside this room. So there's really no excuses now. Thank you for watching the video, and hopefully I'll be back soon with more. As always, let me know if you have any suggestions for more videos or anything you want to hear. Thank you for watching.